At the end of the year, desolate Antarctica became a racetrack of sorts, with two intrepid adventurers vying to make history. One of them, a 33-year-old man from Oregon named Colin O'Brady.
I will be attempting a world first.
The solo unaided adventure started November 3rd when O'Brady and an English athlete named Lewis Rudd set off on the 900-plus mile trek. On November 9th, O'Brady took the lead over Rudd. On December 12th, he reached the South Pole, a lonely journey averaging 15 to 20 miles a day.
I went to some really deep places in my mind, and some of those places were scary and dark, but it was all about trying to maintain that positive voice in my head.
Then on Christmas, with the finish line oh so close, O'Brady embarked on a sleepless 32-hour push, sprinting nearly 80 miles to reach the end. His first call was to his wife back in Oregon.
It was an emotional conversation. It was a lot of pride, and we were just all screaming and hooting and hollering and happy that he was there safely.
It's a remarkable feat for O'Brady, who 10 years ago was severely injured in a fire that left burns on nearly a quarter of his body. But that didn't stop him from finishing triathlons, scaling mountains, and now conquering Antarctica. This morning, he's still there, 40 pounds lighter, waiting for Rudd to finish. But O'Brady is eager to share his story, what he calls his letter to the world, reminding us all to dream big. For Today, Joe Fryer, NBC News.
And Colin O'Brady joins us now exclusively by phone from Antarctica. Colin, good morning to you, sir. First of all, congratulations on the achievement. 900 miles roughly by foot, pulling a sled. How do you feel? How do you feel this morning?
I'm not going to lie. I'm a little tired. I'm still sitting here in my tent all alone, but it is an incredible feeling. Just so excited and grateful for to be here safely and down.
Colin, I was reading about your trek. You faced some of the most extreme conditions on Earth. Talk to me about how emotional it was, or the mental challenges that you faced. And then what did you say to yourself to keep going mile after mile after mile alone?
You know, it's minus 30 degrees out, winds blowing 60 miles per hour. I don't know, the wind chill's like minus 100, something crazy. And I kept pulling my sled 12, 13 hours every single day. I never took a rest day. You know, every morning I'd wake up and I'd tell myself the mantra, you're strong, you're capable, you can do this. And then throughout the day, it's always just a mental battle, but trying to stay in the moment and doing this for something more than myself, to inspire, you know, other people to take on the impossible in their lives. And
Colin, amazingly, you weren't the only guy who was trying to do this. There was a British explorer named Lou Rudd who started this impossible journey at the same time. He's still out there, still trying to finish. He's expected to finish soon. How do you feel about Lou? And did you see him at all on your journey?
Yeah, you know, I have the utmost respect for Lou. You know, both of him and I, racing history, people have been trying to do this crossing for about 100 years, unsuccessfully. Someone actually lost their life a couple years ago, very near the finish of trying this. So, you know, it's a very challenging project. I have not visually seen him other than his tent in the distance on about day 6 was the last time I saw him, so it's been a couple of months. But he's anticipated to finish the next day or two here. I'm actually waiting at the finish line for him because I want to be the very first person to congratulate him in person. It's an extraordinary achievement for him.
Tell me, what did you eat logistically? How did you do it? And then once it was all over, what was your first meal, and what are you looking forward to?
Yeah, the logistics are crazy. You know, we planned this for a couple years. So we spent a year in a food lab figuring out the exact grams of every piece of weight and food I would put in my salad to make it perfectly optimized with whole food nutrition. So much went into the planning and logistics, and to me, that's why we were successful. Now that I'm at the other side, I've lost about 40 pounds.
Wow.
I'm very thin, and so a proper meal in me will be number one priority. And then when I get back to South America, wrapping my arms around Jenna, my amazing wife, will be my very first thing. I can't wait to see her. And this is, like I said, been both of our dreams come true.
Colin, there are a lot of folks back here who are exceptionally proud of you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Take care of yourself, and do stop in here when you get back. Safe travels, and congratulations again. Colin O'Brady.
Thank you so much.